Okay, so I have already loosened the bolts. And remove the muffler. Okay, I'm gonna W4 the whole thing. Oh yeah, slowly. Well, nobody said this is gonna be an easy job. This is not easy. So if you can't really pull hard, put it on the first gear, of course. Then use an extension. Push inside and up, because these bolts, they're very tight. The ABS sensor, just clean very little inside there. Don't put W40 on the rotor. T45. You see, lubricate again with W40 5 minutes before, but very careful. Don't put W40 on the rotor. If you do, just wash them with dish soap. Okay, so that's a T30. And this is where we put the oil inside. There's a trick to take it out. Alright, so let's move these parts. So basically I'm going to hold it by hand, put a screwdriver there, and let's take out the oil. You see, it's clean, it's nice. If you see any white stuff there or any foams, you are in trouble. This is nice and clean now. Okay, this is the time for inspection. I'm looking for particles of metal, nothing. That's it. Alright, let's check the torque volume, put it on the bike. And then, helpfully, it will come out. There you go. Alright, let's see what we have here. You see the bearing. Okay, before I do anything else, I'm gonna just drop it and check it. Let me help a little bit from here. Oh, doing. Okay. Not bad at all. Good. Let's check it out. You see, the most important thing is that it's moving freely and fast. You don't want a slow movement here. See that? That's important too. Alright, good. It's not coming out easy from the top, and I don't want to break the mount. Again, if you don't have a heat gun, it's okay. Give it about 3, 4, maybe maximum 5 minutes. If you have a heat gun, go over 50, 60 Celsius, then you'll be fine. You don't have to go to 100. This is a 15 millimeters, and this is a 50, T50. I supported a little bit with that, the 2x2, and looks like the whole thing came out. Let's see. I press a little bit up, then I push with my hand down. Don't let nobody tell you this one is easy. It's not easy. Alright, so the spring looks like it's done. Good. I wanted to take it out to do an inspection on that. Okay. I don't want to use this bolt. Oh wow, that thing is heavy and very expensive. So I use silicone, W40 silicone. Plus I'm an engineer, so I like to work around machinery when I have time, of course. Now I have the time. Very important is don't mix materials. I mean, if you have W40, and just don't go over it if you don't have the silicone, because W40 is not for rubber. And you have rubber things here. Wait a little bit. That's a 30 millimeter. That's a big nut. That's a 12. Very careful these parts. So I'm gonna leave this there for now. Take off the other side. T30. One bolt a little bit here, then you screw another big one here so you can pull it out. Now this one comes easy, but sometimes it doesn't. Inspection for any particles of metal. We're gonna grease this one so it looks good. It's not bad. Okay. Okay. So I use the flat little by little. I just turn it, just a little by little, and then just snap out. Alright, time for cleaning. I'm gonna remove that part too. You know how to remove, right? You need this. Very easy. Okay, so I'm gonna heat this up and remove this so I can, you know, put new grease and everything, clean it. And I'm gonna take my time. That's it. It started cleaning. You see the bearings here. So we need to take our time now. Grease, brake fluid. You use brake fluid. Otherwise you're gonna be there with a rug for days. Okay, so the actual it's pretty good shape. And just clean a little bit here and a little bit here. Okay, it looks like there's like moly here. I don't know if this is from the beginning or somebody serviced it, but you know, this is like new. So can't really complain. And I was ready to paint it because I thought it would be rusty. You know, I have watched other videos and I thought it would be rusty and everything, but it's like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put more moly, you see that? Fresh moly grease in here, of course. I clean it. All is good. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I just put a little moly here. I think that works better. And I want to find out if I should put moly inside here or the stuff that I bought. I have like some really good quality bearing grease. You know, it doesn't say in the manual. That's the thing. So this look, you know, maybe they need a little bit lubricating. But this is how it's supposed to be, not too loose and not too stiff. Alright, so I'm gonna investigate a little bit what's going on with that. And probably I'm gonna put some grease here, really good quality grease inside, and then moly grease for the gears. Alright. What I'm doing is I'm just cleaning all dirt very careful here and put some air pressure from a little bit far away, from like 20 centimeters or you know, 10 inches or something. Don't put much pressure on that thing. We just clean gasoline, but I'm not gonna leave it up here to dry. Then I'm gonna grease it. It's clean enough. You see how there is here? Look at that. You see? I don't know what this stuff is, but it has to come out. Look at that. Look over here. I don't know if you can see it with the camera, but it's very dirty. And the only way to move this away with the gasoline is air. Okay, well, that was like there is nothing here to clean, but I'm gonna try. So this is what I use. I use SKF bearing grease, medium heat. Make sure you clean and just fill it up. Okay, this one is clean and it snaps into place. You see, you press a little bit and it has to go all the way in, otherwise it's gonna come out. Test and clean. Make sure the thing, it goes all the way in. You gotta have this tool to do that. I'm gonna grease a little bit because even if it's like on a surface, I know a little grease is just gonna go in there. And later on we're gonna put the cover on. See the movement? I'll just leave it there. I wish I could take it off, but I'm gonna do it next time. I have already greased this tool, this one and the other one on the previous video. So basically right now I'm just going through an inspection and put little grease here and there when we have a movement. I'm gonna put here too because we have movement, but not inside the thread. We have friction maybe. Okay, let's go the other side. There's movement here. Okay. Alright, I think this is good enough for this particular service. As you can see, this one's pretty clean, and I'm gonna start. There he goes. Hey puppy, hey boy, what's up? He's only 13 months old, very big. It's gonna be a big dog. I was ready to grease these with the bearing grease, but they are sealed and they are already lubricated, but just a little bit outside. Just a little bit outside, it won't do anything. Because when I took it out, it was lubricated there. I just clean it up very carefully. You can see the rubber shields here, and okay, probably was an amount of grease on the lens, so we did grease this one, and we did grease this one. So basically I put a little bit inside here too, not too much, just a little bit, because it was there anyway. So let's check it out. Alright, let's put it clean. Alright, and just make sure your brush is clean. And this is why you're doing it. This is, you have to grease this part. It's really good. Take your time. I just lubricate the stuff here too. Okay, on the electrical parts and the plastic, silicone spray, and W40 a little bit here and there on the metal parts. My helper. My big helper. When I put Loctite, now this bolt's gotta go all the way in, but I'm gonna use the torque wrench later on. Not too late before I lose the Loctite. See how deep this bolt goes. So I'm going to stop here and put the electrical connected. I'm going to do the top. That's a 15. Okay, this is 42 foot-pounds, but you know, check your manual. This is the lower of the spring. Okay, this is 7 Nm or 5.2 foot-pounds. That's it. Okay, so this is 9 Nm or 6.6 foot-pounds. Just a little bit grease around the rubber. And hopefully it's gonna go in. So what I did was I took the whole thing out and I put the axle first and I snap it a little bit with a rubber hammer, just a little bit, just like 3 tuck, and you hear a click on the front and it goes all the way in. Now don't put too much pressure on it, okay? And then I put this over. Alright, so don't try the other way than I tried before because it's not going to happen. It's just pain in the butt. So you put the axle first, you snap it a little bit with pressure by hand, if you can by hand, just a little bit, just a couple of snaps with the rubber hammer, just like 1, 2, 3, and it will click over there. Then you do the final touch here with grease and everything, and hopefully it's gonna go in now. So okay, so I bring a little help here. Okay, the axle is locked in place. I'm not gonna close nothing right now. I'm gonna take a break because I'm tired. And I'm going to do a full inspection from the top to the bottom before I put the pin in. Okay. Alright. I'm going to put this first. It's going to go in. All right. Okay, we'll have to take a break now. Okay. So kind of like drop it from here and fix it from here. I tried to use this, but it didn't really help. I did it with my fingers. Alright, so let's go to the next step. No pressure, just let it go by itself. Gonna go the other side and put Loctite. This you go slow, don't put pressure on it, just hold it by hand. You don't want to pressure the gears, so I go nice and easy. Okay, that pain in the butt bolt, get somebody to help you. Okay, that's the nut is 16, and that's a T50. And the torque volume on this one is 42 Newton, 31 pounds. Okay, this is 14 foot-pounds. $200 ml. It's gonna go 60, 60, and 20 through the ABS thing. Let's try. Okay, there's another clip over here, and then we're gonna put the brakes. Okay, there's another clip over here. If you do it, don't forget it. Then we'll go off the brake. That's a bit hairy. I remember. You know, this part of the job, you're getting tired, so you gotta give it a little bit more time. I don't care if I finish today or tomorrow. I just want to make sure I haven't done any mistakes. Okay, so I'm just going to tension this by hand, but you can check your the torque value in the manual. Remember, this is aluminum. Okay, so basically the ABS sensor, you have to there's three places. One here, it has an O-ring and a ring, and one here and one here. You gotta snap it on these three. What I'm gonna do is, for extra security, I'm gonna use a tire wrap here and here. Now I'm gonna clean a little bit the brake rotor before I install the brake, and I use a rag, then it has no grease or anything. Alright guys, so basically we almost finished. I put the brake on. Okay, the mud guard. I don't have to show you how to put the mud guard. It's very easy, just 3 bolts. And this has the mount on the brake. It looks like an L. So you put the one side onto the brake bolt and tie the other one here. Alright, so basically she's nice and clean. I clean up the bike too. I have a little problem with one bolt here. I replace. Make sure the ABS line, the sensor, it's tight here, so it's not getting loose or anything. And it goes to three plates. A clip here, a bolt here, and it goes inside here. So it's 3. Remember, there are 3 here. Okay, and of course you put the protection here for the brake line and the ABS sensor, and do an inspection, clean up everything, and here what's left is I just have to put the wheel. If you put the wheel on, I'm not going to show you how to put the wheel on. It's, if you have done all this, then you can probably put the wheel on and your muffler. So just check your torque volume on these bolts, and don't tie them on line, just tie them by X. Like, let's say you tie this, then the other one. You tie this, then the other one. You tie this, then the other one. Okay, so go making an X. And that's about it. I have greased as much as I can. I have actually took this out and lubricate the bearing inside here with my little finger. If you put your little finger inside, go around, you can lubricate this bearing. So that's good. I lubricate that too a little bit. This on a later time. And thanks for watching. I hope I help you with this kind of very important service. All right. I also forgot to tell you I have done a full inspection on the spring absorber, very expensive part, and all looks good. And that's it. See you next time.